Welcome to Accelerated Health Bites. I'm Sarah Banta, and if you like what you hear today, please hit the subscribe button and share with those that may need my help. As I'm only one person, but with you, we can, as a team, help as many people accelerate their bodies, minds, and spirits and reach their optimal health. Today, I want to talk about my top 20 reasons why you need iodine. I'm going to go through a lot of detail here, so bear with me. Iodine is the wild card in supporting the immune system. It's found in every single one of your cells, of the 100 trillion cells in your body. And without adequate iodine levels, life is truly impossible. It's not just about the thyroid. Iodine is the universal health nutrient, and it improves health on so many levels. So not only is iodine antiviral and antifungal, but it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antiseptic, antioxidant, anti-allergenic, antihistamine, mucolytic, hydrating, detoxifying, energy producing, and it performs a unique function known as healthy apoptosis. I'm going to go into that a little more later on. There truly is no pathogen resistant to iodine. The history of iodine has been lost as it's pertained to protecting people from the 1918 influenza pandemic that killed over 30 million people. Iodine was the most effective agent for killing viruses, especially the flu viruses. So why do we need iodine? It is the metabolic mineral for stimulating metabolism, increasing energy, activating the immune system, and building your health. Additionally, it truly is necessary for assimilating key minerals such as calcium, silica, and key vitamins such as B12 and D. So you might be really good at taking all of your vitamins, but without iodine, they are not being absorbed in your body. Iodine also removes fluoride, chlorine, and bromide from the body. Many have reported that they feel a greater sense of well-being, increased energy, and a lifting of that brain fog that we all experience. They also report feeling warmer in cold environments, need less sleep, and they have improved skin complexion and a lot more regular bowel movements. So here are my top reasons why iodine is so important. Number one, iodine helps synthesize thyroid hormones and prevent both hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Number two, iodine supports apoptosis, which I mentioned before. Apoptosis is programmed cell death of unhealthy cells that occur to protect against cancer and facilitate anti-aging. This is particularly relevant in preventing cancer and the aging, and it's really important when you are pregnant and for the fetus because they are going through a rapid amount of apoptosis as they are growing so quickly. Number three, iodine activates hormone receptors and helps prevent certain forms of cancer. Four, iodine protects ATP function and enhances ATP production. ATP is your energy. So sufficient iodine in all tissues and cells helps produce a healthy number of 36 ATPs through the Krebs cycle, which has profound implications for all levels of functioning, including the brain. So when we're low in iodine, we tend to transition into glycolysis, which only produces 2 ATPs, bypassing the normal Krebs cycle and so bypassing the mitochondria altogether. This significantly lower ATP production greatly contributes to the low life force and disease and your energy in general. Number five, it prevents fibrocystic breast disease. Number six, it decreases insulin needs in diabetics. Number seven, it helps support protein synthesis. So if you're deficient, protein synthesis is disturbed. Thyroid hormones have two effects. It increases the protein synthesis and increases oxygen consumption. It is essential for life as they activate key biochemical reactions, including protein synthesis, enzymatic activities and functions the target organs such as development of the brain, the heart, the muscles, the pituitary, and the kidneys. So that's why, again, it's so important, especially for the development of fetuses. Number 8, it destroys pathogens, like I mentioned before, molds and fungus, parasites, and even malaria. With iodine's power as a negatively charged substance, it destroys all pathogens. Number 9, it supports the immune function. It plays a role in the physiology of inflammatory responses. And this is essential to the immune system since all disease is associated with inflammatory responses. It becomes really a key agent for anti-aging throughout the body. Number 10, it eliminates toxic halogens like bromide, chlorine, and fluoride. So let's go back to chemistry. If you have no iodine in your body, those toxins fill those iodine receptor sites. These have a negative impact on all of our organs, including your thyroid function. And bromide is one of the top 12 most harmful toxins on earth, and it's literally illegal in Europe. It's found in most bakery goods like breads. It's found in pesticides, cell phones, fire retardants, and even hot tubs. So iodine takes care of that, and it also helps chelate mercury, lead, and cadmium out of the body. Number 11, it regulates estrogen production in the ovaries. Estrogen and progesterone compete for the same receptor sites, and infertility and miscarriages are both associated with estrogen dominance and progesterone deficiency, underneath which lies an iodine deficiency. Imagine that. Iodine deficiencies have been linked to an increase in miscarriages, stillbirths, and low birth weight infants. Number 12, this is fascinating to me. It actually neutralizes hydroxyl ions and actually hydrates the cells without drinking water. So it helps eliminate oxidative stress because it neutralizes those hydroxyl ions, which is one of the most potent free radicals. And in other words, it has an antioxidant effect. So the hydroxyl ions never have a chance to form when iodine is present with active oxygen, but instead water is created, or H2O. This is fascinating to me. So this is particularly important considering that most diseases are related to chronic dehydration. Number 13, it makes us smarter. Low iodine is associated with low IQ. Another reason it's really important for our kids and for our babies and during pregnancy. Iodine deficiency is also associated with mental functioning in adults because it not only chelates the lead that's associated with brain fog, but it prevents lead from lodging into the body in the first place. Furthermore, low thyroid function decreases brain circulation, which slows the intellectual function and can lead to cognitive impairment, memory loss, depression, slowness in the mind, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, and a variety of psychiatric diseases. As a side note, research has shown that parasites in the gut eat up a great amount of serotonin. 95% of serotonin is produced in the intestines. So when parasites are destroyed with iodine, there's an increase in serotonin, which leads to better mental health. Number 14, iodine prevents heart disease. The thyroid regulates the heart. Hypothyroidism leads to heart disease. Number 15, iodine is needed when you are using cordless phones, cell phones, and now smart meters, and coming down the pipeline is 5G. All of those things have been shown to cause hypothyroidism. So with that, this is going to help negate those effects. Number 16, iodine supports pregnancy. As I mentioned before, it supports apoptosis. So a pregnant woman needs more iodine because the fetus is going through more apoptosis than any other phase in life. And high doses, number 17, sorry about that, high doses of iodine may be useful to reverse certain diseases, and it's been used to cure syphilis, skin lesions, and chronic lung disease. As we know right now, the lung health is super important with the current threat we are all facing. Number 18, high doses of iodine may be useful for wounds, bed sores, inflammatory and traumatic pain, and restorative for hair growth when applied topically. Number 19, iodine helps in the diminishing of tissue scarring and keloid formations when you use it topically as well. And lastly, which I have actually experienced myself, it supports spiritual development and helps feed that pineal gland, also known as your third eye, and it lifts that brain fog. So what is the best source of iodine? You know, seaweed is a potent source of iodine and comes in the form of kelp and nori sheets and sushi and chlorella. And saltwater fish and shellfish also contain iodine, but you would have to eat 15 to 25 pounds of fish to get the amount of iodine you need. And it's also become a real big issue because the oceans are contaminated with radiation from Chernobyl and Fukushima. So these iodine supplies or sources are contaminated with things that we are trying to detox our body from in the first place. So this is why it's so important to supplement with iodine. And 96% of you, unless you're supplementing, are deficient. So most iodine supplements come from these contaminated sources or are diatomic molecules, meaning the compounds of potassium iodide or sodium iodide or complexes like providine, iodine. These are all attached to another molecule. And when that happens, the body has to break it down before using it, which leads to an inefficient iodine solubility. So furthermore, if the body is immune compromised, which most people are, it's too weak to break these things down and your body doesn't get what it needs. So I recommend the best source of iodine is Acceleradine, which you can find at acceleratedhealthproducts.com, as it is 100% bioavailable and absorbable because it's one single atom of iodine not attached to any other iodine. I've been using iodine supplements all of my life, and the day one that I used this, I saw a huge difference, and it was like this amazing light just turned on and there was a fire in my gut that I could tell something was going on. It is also charged with true scalar frequency, which is also known to be spiritually elevating. So, are there side effects to iodine? If someone has an adverse reaction to an iodine supplement, and I get this question all of the time because doctors tell people you don't need to supplement or be very careful if you supplement with iodine. But people are usually having an allergic reaction to the binding agents or fillers or preservatives or synthetics that are found in the iodine supplement. It's not the iodine they are having an allergy to. So saying that, due to iodine's chelating powers and ability to detox the body, especially with Acceleradine, it's important to start slow because you are going to detox some of these halogens and heavy metals from your body, and you might actually have some detox symptoms, which can be a headache or just lethargy. But if you start slow, your body's going to detox slowly and you shouldn't have a problem. You can also use accelerated detox powder that helps soak up those toxins on a daily basis to help the process go quicker and much more effective. So how do you take Acceleradine? Now, because it's strong and more absorbable than other supplements, you want to start slow. And I recommend starting with 1 to 3 drops in a little water on an empty stomach 3 times a day. You drink immediately and you wait 15 minutes at least before you eat because you want it to absorb into the body efficiently. You increase that dosage by 1 drop per dose until you reach about 15 to 20 drops 3 times a day. I recommend you maintain this dose for at least 4 months until your body becomes saturated with iodine. After 4 months, you can drop your dosage to about 10 to 15 drops 3 times a day, but we really need to continue dosing with it for the rest of our lives, because it really is not in our diet at all. So thanks for joining me today, and remember to hit the subscribe button and share with others to be a part of this changing world, one person at a time. You can find the products we discussed at acceleratedhealthproducts.com, and be sure to listen to my interviews on Accelerated Health Radio, where my guests share their cutting-edge modalities to optimize health and accelerate their bodies, minds, and spirits. See you in the next episode of Accelerated Health Bites.